Hello. Going to teach a couple calisthenic exercises that you can do at home. Essentially, just using the concept that you want to put resistance against your muscles. Okay, so we want to work out our whole body. I'm gonna teach a little something first, and almost every muscle in the body. But yeah, let's get started. So essentially, we got our neck, we got our shoulders, we got like kind of all the muscles along our back. It's gonna be tough, but ain't no problem. Chest, bicep, tricep, forearm, which essentially works out like the fingers, abdominals, obliques, and legs. Quads, hamstrings, calves, tibia. Okay, so where do we begin? Well, let's start with the neck. I learned this one from Steven Silva over at Gracie Bacalo video. Essentially, lay back, take your head, nod yes. Do this 10 times. And once you're done, nod no 10 times. 1, 2, and then ear to shoulder. 1, 2, and then circles. And then the other way. Okay, that's really good. But let's say you want to do posterior side. You hold with the head, pulling down. So essentially kind of like with your back muscle. Go and lift. Okay, and that'll hit the trapezius. Let's say you go in, and you just kind of like, so pushing with your head, and then your head pushing back. And you're just using your arm, and then that'll get the side a little bit better. Okay, shoulders, essentially that same technique. We're gonna be using one arm to hold the other. Okay, so we'll hit lateral delt. And you just go, and then forward, and then backward. You can take a what's it called, a towel, or use your wrist. Okay, you'll notice this is also like a really heavy tricep workout as well for the other arm. So make sure you have a good rest for this muscle before you go and pull this one. Or if you have a friend to pull you back for you, okay, and then you just do the other side. And it's not too tough, but it is more difficult than like pulling cables and stuff like that. Definitely have to keep that balance. But just make sure you like push really hard and flex, and you'll get a good workout. Okay. So you can go there, and then to get kind of more a little up higher, so that kind of like really hits low, you can hold with the other side, and then pull it out. That'll hit rear delt and kind of like this upper lat. Yeah. Then you switch, even though it's working out both sides, the one on top kind of puts the more resistance. That's very good. So we hit that. We kind of saw an idea with the tricep, but more tricep is essentially the push-up. You're all familiar with the push-up, but then you can change it up by putting it in different positions. So like going above your head, bring your head back, downward facing dog position. Do push-ups like that, or bring it down towards your hip. So you go in. That's more triceps. While the other one was more shoulders. And then if you want to hit more chest, go out real wide, you know what I mean? Hit all the space that you have. And all this can be done with like minimal, like this is my gym. Like this is my gym right here. My bed. That's it. But essentially you'll go up wide, as far as you can with the little space that you have, and that'll hit chest really well. Okay, and then if you want, you can go into like one arm push-ups, and that's like more shoulders and tris, amongst other things. So we pretty much hit the back very well, everything. How do we do biceps? Well, same concept. You see a muscle, like usually we use our weights. Find something else to use a weight. So we'll take our hand and then push against there. Okay. You know, depending on how you want to work out, you can either do like 4 really hard ones, or you can do like 20 medium strength. It's all up to you, okay? But yeah, let's say your your triceps are really tired because you're doing all these workouts and stuff like that, and it's not getting the workout you want here because this is dying out before this. Well, one thing you can do is the leg. Excuse me. Here we're going to convert, instead of using this arm, we'll use our leg to pull down. There you go. When your glutes become weaker than your biceps, you got a problem. Go for a walk or something, Jesus. But I know we're all locked up and whatnot. But anyway, that's another alternative you can do. Curl the leg. And then notice I put right in the hip, the elbow, and then it curls up. Okay, it kind of hurts a little bit, but you don't worry. If you put it outward, it'll hurt less, but you get less range of motion. Here it kind of pokes you, but you get more motion. Ooh, okay. So chest, shoulders, triceps, biceps, forearms. Look, check it. Dorsiflexion. Do it with each individual finger if you want. Ooh, not necessary. If you're doing this, it'll make up for it. But the thumb might be something you wanna kind of attack because it doesn't get touched on these ones. Okay. Abduction. Adduction. You can reach circles. Really good for hand dexterity. Let's say you want to wash the dishes faster. Let's say you want to, be a faster writer, typer, whatever. You know, your hands are one of the most important tools in your body. You want to make sure your dexterity is good, and those exercises will help you there. Abdominals now, yeah? So we all know like the basic sit-up. Okay, all the way up gets full abs, crunch, top abs, and then leg lifts, lower abs. But if you want to spice it up, there's also Russian twists. I learned these from Brandon Acevedo. These are really great. Obliques as well as lower abs and just everything. Honestly, you can start mixing it up, put like one leg up and then kind of like reach for the other side. Other side. Different angles. My brother taught me. He learned this in like swim team, 30, 60, 90 degrees. And then hold. I learned like flutter kicks back in the day. Bunch of stuff you can do. What about legs? Okay, so hit quads and hamstrings with normal squats, or you can try this one out. So essentially, using my opposite limb as resistant technique, we're going to take the right one on top, left one on bottom, hamstring for the right, quad for the left, and then just pull up. After so many, switch, and check it out. So while I'm doing this, the hamstring for this one is resting, and as soon as I'm done, I can switch. The muscle's already rested, so I don't need to do anything about it. Then bada bing, bada boom. Quads, hamstrings. What I like to do for abductors, go against the wall, and then open, quad. Bring the hips back, open, quad. Wow, this one's super fun. And it is tiring, especially if you have carpet. Right now I have like this wood, so it slips very easily, so it's not a lot of resistance. But regardless, it's tough. Yeah. These will touch with the squats, okay? So we all know our basic squats, but then once that gets too hard, I mean too easy, you can go in for the running squat. More like a lunge. And then that'll hit the inner one really well as the quad, and if you lift calf. But then what if that becomes too easy? Well, you'll go ahead and pistol squat, okay? So essentially you'll take one leg, put it out forward, and squat on the other. And here all my weight is on the heel, and then back up, hit those calves, back down. Okay, but what if you want to attack the calves exclusively? You got a wall. Using the pressure against the wall will pull myself down. Okay, so using one calf lift, and then using the friction of the wall to add to it. Okay, hold on. As such. What else are we missing? So we got calf, hamstrings, abductors, tibias. Yeah, so for those, essentially cross the legs, bring one over, resistance, and then lift. Okay, so you got your dorsiflexion of the ankle, great for sprain prevention. I developed these myself because I fucked up my ankle so many times. And then go out, and then go in, and then circle it off. Tendon. I'll usually do like 20 of these. All of these workouts, you do however many you want to do, you know, usually you just push it until you can't do no more. But you'll want to do like 4 sets or so. Just get in that load, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, questions, hit me up, alright? Cheers.